Imagine that, but all over planet Earth. Yep. Hello, everybody. My name is Galen Golduck. I'm back again. And today I'm going to be talking about a character who really got off the hook pretty easily. Lapis Lazuli. Because this is something that I've noticed recently when talking about this character with friends. Lapis Lazuli committed genocide. When you really think about it, Lapis Lazuli committed genocide. Because when you really think about it, when you take all of the oceans on planet Earth and put it all into one spot, and then send it all crashing straight back down, all that water is not going to go where it was before. It's going to go right back down and wash over anything that it hits. It's gonna just go disperse. Like, it doesn't automatically all go back to where it once was. Especially that much water. Because the entire planet Earth is made up of what, 70% water? Am I crazy? Is that right? 70%? Yeah, imagine taking 70% of a surface area, picking it up, putting it all in one spot, and then sending it all crashing back down. Do you think that the other 30% isn't going to get covered in that? Because, like, I thought that the Steven Universe movie was bad, for the record. But this is on another level. Like, this is cataclysmic. The entire planet is fucked. Really, when you think about it, because all that water is going to come crashing back down. There's going to be tsunamis everywhere. Cities, hell, even states, maybe even continents, depending on where she dropped this at, will be submerged. Tsunamis everywhere. Submarines, boats, sailboats, speedboats, beaches. Hell, like oil platforms in the ocean will just be swept away. If they weren't already destroyed when Lapis stole the ocean, they would have all been swept away with the giant crashing tidal wave that came all the way back down to planet Earth after Lapis crashed the water back down. Lapis is a mass murderer. The planet is fucked after this point. There is no getting around that. There is no way in hell that they could possibly make a workaround for that. My God, honestly, it's just like, and I didn't even think about this until recently, for the record. It's just when you actually think about it, Lapis Lazuli, this fucking, like, I thought Lapis was bad before, but when you really think about it, this fucking psychopath right here is responsible for the deaths of thousands, if we want to be as generous as possible, because the amount of boats, the amount of oil platforms, the amount of submarines alone would bring the death toll up to hundreds, and the beaches would bring it up to thousands, and the cities would bring it to millions. Lapis Lazuli is a mass murderer. She is she committed genocide on a planetary scale. And I don't want to hear anyone come out and say, oh, well, she didn't mean to. She still did it. This is still a thing that happened. Lapis is still culpable for the deaths of all those people. And this is just reinforcing my point that Steven Universe does not believe in the idea of consequences. Because if you really think about it, if you dropped that amount of water down onto the planet Earth, it would not all go back into the same spot. It would be a cataclysm. The entire planet is fucked. You cannot work around that. This entire show doesn't believe in the idea of consequences, no matter how absurd the stakes. No matter how absurd the consequences might be. Like in Steven Universe the movie, when the planet was supposed to be destroyed, somehow, oh, the planet's fine. But when there's mass amounts of pink goo everywhere that kills anything it touches, oh, Steven just distributed his saliva, don't worry about it. And when Lapis dropped all of the oceans back down to planet Earth. Oh, don't worry about it. Everybody who was in a boat was fine. Everyone who was on an oil platform, they don't worry about it. The water just went right back where it was supposed to go. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not like she sent it careening straight back down into the one spot or anything. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. God, Steven Universe, it's just like, this is a... this is unfathomable to me. I can't believe how I missed this, for the record, because when you think about it, this makes Lapis an even worse person than she was before. Because Lapis Lazuli is a evil individual. Because let's think about the things that Lapis has done, huh? Because this is the foundation for Lapis being just straight up evil. She's a would-be murderer if Steven did, like, well, actually, no, she is a murderer based off of these series of events with the oceans. She is a murderer because of that. And she's also a would-be gem murderer if it weren't for Steven intervening in that one episode of Steven Universe Future with the other two Lazulis, where Lapis was absolutely about to go through with killing them, if not poofing them. And also in that... God, okay. And let's not ignore the fact that Lapis, when Jasper told her to fuse with her, Lapis agreed to this for some godforsaken reason, which is beyond me to this day. Yeah. And what was her plan there? What was her plan? This isn't a permanent solution to the problem. What are you attempting to do here, Lapis? All you're gonna do is trap yourself and Jasper underneath the ocean for what? For how long? Are you just gonna stay down there for months? Are you gonna stay down there for, like, years? You're just gonna trap Jasper in a torment where she's can't control her own body, in a hellscape that is your mind, because you've been tormented over the last few 100,000 years, or whatever. And you're trapping Jasper in your own mental prison for months on end, possibly years on end. To what end? I ask you, to what end? What are you attempting to do here, Lapis? Are you just gonna stay trapped with Jasper like this forever? Well, obviously not. But then what are you gonna do? Why are you staying trapped with her at all? If your point is to, like, either... Oh, good God. Either this was a pointless endeavor that you just shouldn't have bothered with to begin with, or Lapis was intending to do this for forever. Good God, this woman. I swear, Lapis is an insane person. She is a maniac that is just getting away with this shit. People just, oh, don't worry, Lapis is the victim. Let's just ignore all the terrible things that she's done. Let's just ignore the fact that Lapis abandoned her only friends, being Steven and Peridot, when they needed her the most, and then suddenly turned tail and came right the fuck back with a decision that doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, if they're gonna treat me like a crystal gem, I might as well be one. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you on about? If they're gonna treat me like a crystal gem, I might as well be one. What? Lapis, you were home free! You could've just ran away! You could've just turned your ass around and just never looked back! Why did you come back? You knew what was gonna happen if you came back! If you run away, the odds are diamonds will never find you. Unless the Diamond Empire is ever expanding across the universe. But we wouldn't know that because the world building in this show is shit. We wouldn't know that now, would we? My God. Lapis is a clusterfuck of a character. I cannot for the life of me understand why I used to like you, Lapis. Honestly. I am flabbergasted. That's where I'm at. Because Lapis is such a... Oh my God. She is the narrative equivalent of Tangled Christmas Tree Lights. Because you look at it, and it looks kind of pretty. It's just like, oh, there's some neat flashy colors. Oh, that's cool. But then you look at it, and beneath the surface of those neat flashy colors, it's a tangled mess of knots and wires that don't go anywhere but to another knot and another mess. Well, that's Lapis's character. She does not have a through line. She does not have a semblance of an arc. She just does whatever the plot wants her to do and switches her perspectives on a dime because she's bipolar, I guess. I don't know. Lapis doesn't make any sense. This show doesn't make any sense. And people defend her. It's just like, oh my God, Lapis, Lapis is genocidal maniac. She committed planetary genocide. There's no beating around the bush about that. That is irrefutable. You can't do that. Like, oh my god. I'm hot under the collar right now because this is something that's been on my mind for a while now. And my god, Lapis is such a mess of a character. And she is an absolutely horrible person. But people just like to go, don't worry about it. She's a victim. She's a victim of abuse. Like, when you... First of all, the reason that Lapis was trapped inside of that mirror was because of Bismuth, right? The main reason that she is a victim of abuse is because of Bismuth. Well, guess what? That's never addressed. Plotline, don't worry about it. And Steven Universe Future just doesn't bring that up. They're just buddy-buddy. They made amends off screen. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Bullshit for resolutions. Bullshit for payoffs. That's just taking the entire setup of Lapis's entire character and throwing it out the window for the sake of whatever. I don't even know at this point. And then there's fucking... God. Then just, you really think about it, because like, oh, you see, the episode where Lapis tells Jasper, no, I'm not going to fuse with you again. That's Lapis standing up to her abuser. When if you really think about it, Lapis is the one that trapped Jasper in that fusion under the ocean for torment for months on end. So if anything, Lapis was the abuser, Jasper was the victim. It's just, it's beyond fucked up to think about, because Lapis is the one that put not only herself but Jasper through that, when one, it was entirely unnecessary, and two, apparently, Lapis is the victim because of this, not Jasper. No. Jasper doesn't get any redemption arc. She's the evil one in this scenario, and Lapis has every right to tell her the fuck off and boot her orange ass right back into the ocean. God. Lapis is a terrible person. She is actually evil. She is actually extraordinarily manipulative. And the fact that people stick up for her because of this surface level bullshit about her being a victim of abuse, like this surface level nonsense that is remotely does not justify any of her behavior. Just because you are a victim, that does not mean that you can then go on to abuse other people and make them your victims. That's an explanation, but that's not a get out of jail free card for you to be a terrible person. It explains it, but it doesn't justify it. There's a difference between an explanation and an excuse. There's an explanation for why Lapis is such a terrible person, at least in a couple of instances, because her character is so damn inconsistent that it's probably the worst that the show has to offer. I know, saying something. But it's also... justification... It's just like... It gives an explanation for some of the things that she does, but an excuse is to imply that she can get away with it, that she didn't do anything of fault, which is nonsense, because she stole the planet's ocean and sent it crashing back down. I would absolutely love to see Rebecca Sugar, the Crooniverse's response to this. See what they have to say. Oh, it's fine. Oh, the water just went right back where it was supposed to. Bullshit, it did. Don't come at me with that nonsense. It's Lapis. Lapis is a mass murderer. Lapis is evil. She's a terrible person. I cannot get over this, honestly. This revelation has just hit me like a damn semi-truck, where it's just like, oh yeah, Lapis committed genocide. Wow. This is our sympathetic victim character, people. This is Lapis. She's the victim. She's the sympathetic one. The crystal gems, like, the ones that she absolutely hated but was willing to die for and join for some fucking reason at the end of season 5. She's the victim. She just killed possibly millions of people. Don't worry about it. I really hate Lapis. Honestly, I really do. Lapis Lazuli is a terrible person. Lapis Lazuli is a genocidal maniac. And yeah, that's a bit of a quick rant on my part, but it's just something that's been on my mind for a while that I wanted to get off my chest, because I think this is something extremely important. A lot of people aren't talking about, as far as Steven Universe is concerned. And, well, it's been a while since I've uploaded anything, and wanted to talk about something that lit a fire under my ass, and this was definitely one of those things. Thankfully, though, I've got a new laptop, and I've got a new microphone, so hopefully you'll be able to see some more high-quality videos from me soon. Also, I have a Discord server now, so if you check the pinned comment in the description, good job, brain. If you check the pinned comment in the comments section, you should be able to see a link to my Discord server, because my favorite part of making these videos has always been interacting with you guys. It's always been the interactions that I get to have with you guys, and it's just like, this is a way that I can communicate with you more directly, especially considering my upload schedule is so rapidly infrequent. I figured like this could be a way for me to be able to talk to you guys, because I'd love to get to know you guys better and maybe even work on projects together. That being said, yeah, I'm back. Hopefully I'll start uploading more frequently again, God willing. But yeah, Discord server. If you guys want to hop in, I'd be happy to have you. I'd be happy to be able to talk to you guys in a more formal manner and be able to update you guys on things more frequently. So yep, that being said, Lapis Lazuli is a terrible person. Don't let anybody tell you different, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the server. Take care.